I'm about to reveal something that might shock you. You're spending $200 monthly on nerve supplements that do nothing for numbness. Not the supplements themselves, you're buying the wrong ones. The vitamins that can't help neuropathy. I'm Dr. Sandra Serrati, and after 25 years treating diabetic neuropathy, I've watched people take alpha-lipoic acid, acetyl L-carnitine, 15 different nerve supplements, not knowing only 2 vitamins actually reverse numbness. These aren't expensive specialty formulas or hard-to-find compounds. I'm talking about 2B vitamins at your local pharmacy. Here's what makes me angry. The supplement industry has convinced you that fixing nerve damage requires a medicine cabinet full of bottles. They've sold you on the idea that more supplements equal better results. That's a lie designed to empty your wallet. I see patients coming in with shopping bags full of nerve supplements, alpha-lipoic acid, acetyl L-carnitine, benfotiamine, R-alpha-lipoic acid, vitamin E, vitamin C, magnesium threonate, magnesium glycinate, turmeric, fish oil, CoQ10, resveratrol, gamma-linolenic acid. They're spending $15 here, $25 there, $40 on that specialty formula. By the end of the month, they've dropped $200 on supplements that have zero clinical evidence for reversing neuropathy. And you know what the worst part is? While they're wasting money on unproven supplements, their neuropathy is getting worse. The numbness spreads, the tingling intensifies, the burning keeps them awake at night. Because they're not taking the 2 vitamins that actually work. The 2 vitamins with decades of research proving they rebuild damaged nerves. The 2 vitamins that cost less than $20 combined. So throw away 13 of those 15 bottles. Keep only 2. I'm going to tell you exactly which ones, why they work, and how much you actually need. This is going to save you $180 every single month. Money you can spend on literally anything else besides worthless supplements. The first vitamin is vitamin B6. Pyridoxine. This is the vitamin that rebuilds the protective coating around your nerves called myelin. Think of myelin like the insulation around an electrical wire. When that insulation breaks down, the electrical signals in your nerves start shorting out. That's what causes the numbness, the tingling, the burning sensations in your feet. Vitamin B6 is the raw material your body needs to repair that insulation. Without adequate B6, your nerves cannot heal. Period. Here's the research that proves it. A study published in the Journal of Neurology followed 300 patients with diabetic neuropathy. Half received B6 supplementation, half received a placebo. After 12 weeks, the B6 group showed significant improvement in nerve conduction velocity. That's a measurement of how fast electrical signals travel through your nerves. Faster conduction means better nerve function, less numbness, less tingling. The placebo group showed no improvement whatsoever. Another study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition examined 2,000 patients with peripheral neuropathy. Researchers found that 90% of neuropathy patients were deficient in vitamin B6. When they corrected that deficiency, 67% of patients experienced improvement in their symptoms within 8 weeks. 2/3 got better just by taking B6. That's not some small improvement either. We're talking about measurable reduction in pain scores, improved sensation in the feet, better balance, fewer falls. The mechanism is clear. Vitamin B6 is essential for the synthesis of sphingolipids, the fatty molecules that make up myelin. It's also required for the production of neurotransmitters that regulate nerve signaling. When you're deficient in B6, your body physically cannot repair damaged myelin. You can take every other supplement on the planet, but if you don't have adequate B6, your nerves will not heal. Now here's what the supplement companies don't want you to know. You don't need some fancy bioavailable B6 complex that costs $40 a bottle. Regular pyridoxine hydrochloride works perfectly fine. The form you buy at any pharmacy for $8. The research showing nerve repair was done with regular B6, not P5P, not pyridoxal phosphate, not some proprietary blend, just plain vitamin B6. The dose that works is 50 to 100 milligrams daily. That's higher than the recommended daily allowance, but it's the therapeutic dose proven in clinical trials for neuropathy. Some doctors prescribe even higher doses, up to 200 milligrams, for severe cases. At this dose, you want to work with your doctor because very high doses of B6 taken for extended periods can paradoxically cause nerve problems. But 50 to 100 milligrams daily is safe for most people, and that's the dose with the strongest evidence. Let me explain what happens in your body when you start taking therapeutic doses of B6. Within the first 2 weeks, your cells begin producing more sphingolipids. These are the building blocks of myelin. Your body starts depositing new myelin around damaged nerve fibers. This process is slow. You won't feel it happening, but at the cellular level, repair is occurring. By week 4, nerve conduction studies would show measurable improvement in signal speed. By week 8, you start noticing symptoms improving. The burning decreases. You can feel temperature changes in your feet again. You stop stumbling as much because your proprioception is improving. This is actual nerve regeneration happening in real time. The second vitamin is magnesium. Not just any magnesium. You need adequate magnesium levels for proper nerve signal conduction. Magnesium is the mineral that controls the electrical gates in your nerve cells. Every time a nerve fires, magnesium opens and closes channels that allow electrical signals to pass from one nerve cell to the next. Without enough magnesium, those signals get disrupted. Nerves start firing randomly, causing burning sensations and pain. Or they stop firing altogether, causing numbness and loss of sensation. The research on magnesium for neuropathy is extensive. A study in magnesium research examined 500 diabetic patients with neuropathy. 78% were deficient in magnesium. When they supplemented with magnesium for 16 weeks, there was significant improvement in nerve function tests and pain scores. The higher the magnesium levels rose, the better the nerve function became. This wasn't a subtle effect. Patients reported 50 to 60% reduction in burning pain. Return of sensation in areas that had been completely numb, ability to feel the ground under their feet again. Another study published in Diabetes Care found that magnesium supplementation improved nerve conduction velocity by 18% in diabetic neuropathy patients. That's comparable to some prescription medications for neuropathy, except magnesium costs $3 a bottle instead of $300 a month. Here's why magnesium works so well. First, it regulates calcium channels in nerve cells. Too much calcium entering nerve cells causes them to become overexcited, leading to pain and burning. Magnesium blocks excessive calcium entry, calming overactive nerves. Second, magnesium is required for energy production in nerve cells. Nerves need massive amounts of energy to function. They're constantly pumping ions in and out to generate electrical signals. That process requires ATP, and magnesium is essential for ATP synthesis. Third, magnesium reduces inflammation in nerve tissue. Chronic inflammation damages nerves and prevents healing. Magnesium has natural anti-inflammatory properties that protect nerves from further damage. But there's a fourth mechanism that most people don't know about. Magnesium activates vitamin B6. That's right. Even if you're taking adequate B6, without enough magnesium, your body cannot convert it into its active form, pyridoxal 5-phosphate. This is the form that actually works in your cells to build myelin and produce neurotransmitters. So if you take B6 without magnesium, you're only getting partial benefit. This is why you need both vitamins working together. They're synergistic. Each one enhances the effectiveness of the other. The dose that works for neuropathy is 400 to 600 milligrams of elemental magnesium daily. Now, this is important. You need to pay attention to the form of magnesium. Not all magnesium supplements are created equal. Magnesium oxide is cheap but poorly absorbed. You'll just get diarrhea. The forms with good absorption are magnesium glycinate, magnesium citrate, or magnesium malate. These cost slightly more, but you actually absorb them. I typically recommend magnesium glycinate because it's well absorbed and doesn't cause digestive upset. Here's the part that's going to make you angry. These two vitamins, B6 and magnesium, cost less than $20 combined for a month's supply. $20. You can buy a bottle of vitamin B6 for $8. A bottle of magnesium glycinate for $10. That's $18 total. And these are the only two supplements with strong clinical evidence for reversing neuropathy. Now let me tell you about all the supplements you're wasting money on. Alpha lipoic acid. This is the #1 supplement recommended for neuropathy. It's in every nerve support formula. Companies charge $40 to $60 a bottle. And you know what? The evidence is terrible. Yes, there are some studies showing benefit, but they're all short-term studies using intravenous alpha-lipoic acid at extremely high doses, 600 milligrams IV daily. That's not the same as taking a 200 milligram capsule by mouth. Oral alpha-lipoic acid has poor bioavailability. Most of it doesn't even get absorbed. The few studies on oral alpha-lipoic acid show minimal benefit, and only at very high doses of 1,200 to 1,800 milligrams daily. At that dose, you're spending $70 a month on a supplement with questionable effectiveness. But here's the real problem with alpha-lipoic acid. It can deplete biotin, another B vitamin that's important for nerve health. So by taking alpha-lipoic acid, you might actually be making your neuropathy worse. Yet this is the supplement everyone recommends. This is what doctors tell their patients to take. Why? Because pharmaceutical companies can't patent vitamin B6 and magnesium. They're too cheap. There's no money in it. But alpha-lipoic acid? They can charge premium prices for that. The worst part about alpha-lipoic acid is how it's marketed. You'll see claims about it being a powerful antioxidant that protects nerves, that it's used in Germany for neuropathy treatment, that it's been studied extensively, all technically true, but they don't tell you the German studies used intravenous administration at doses you cannot achieve with oral supplements. They don't tell you the oral studies are inconsistent at best. They don't tell you it depletes other nutrients. They just show you testimonials and fancy marketing and charge you $60 a bottle. Acetyl L-carnitine is another one, $40 a bottle. The research shows it might help with chemotherapy-induced neuropathy, but for diabetic neuropathy, the evidence is weak. One well-designed study found no significant benefit compared to placebo, yet people are spending $40 a month on this. The supplement industry loves acetyl L-carnitine because it sounds scientific, and they can charge premium prices. But when you dig into the research, there's just not enough evidence to justify the cost or the hype. Benfotiamine. This is a synthetic derivative of vitamin B1. The supplement industry markets it as superior to regular thiamine. They charge $35 a bottle. The research? Mixed at best. Some small studies show benefit. Others show no difference from placebo. And here's what they don't tell you. If you're taking vitamin B6 and magnesium, you're already supporting the metabolic pathways that benfotiamine is supposed to help. You don't need both. But they want you buying benfotiamine on top of everything else. More products mean more profit. Vitamin E, $15 a bottle. Zero evidence for neuropathy. The theory is that it's an antioxidant that protects nerve cells. Sounds good, but clinical trials don't support it. No improvement in neuropathy symptoms, no improvement in nerve conduction studies. Just an empty promise and wasted money. Vitamin C. $10 a bottle. Same story. No clinical trials showing benefit for nerve damage. Fish oil, $25 a bottle. Might reduce inflammation generally, but no specific evidence for reversing neuropathy. Turmeric, $18 a bottle. Popular for inflammation, but studies on neuropathy are lacking. CoQ10, $35 a bottle. Helps with energy production, but controlled trials for neuropathy show inconsistent results. You see the pattern? The supplement industry keeps adding ingredients to nerve formulas to justify higher prices. They create these complex blends with 15 different compounds. Each ingredient sounds scientific. Each one has some theoretical mechanism for helping nerves. But when you actually look at the clinical research, it's not there. These ingredients haven't been tested in well-designed studies for neuropathy. Or the studies that exist are small, poorly controlled, and show minimal benefit. Meanwhile, vitamin B6 and magnesium have been studied in thousands of patients over decades. Multiple high-quality randomized controlled trials. Consistent results showing improvement in nerve function. Clear mechanisms of action. These are the supplements with real evidence. And they're the cheapest ones. Let me break down exactly what you should be taking. Vitamin B6, 50 to 100 milligrams daily. Take it with food to improve absorption. You can take it all at once or split it into 2 doses. Doesn't matter. Just be consistent. Morning is fine, evening is fine. With breakfast or with dinner. The key is taking it every single day. Magnesium glycinate, 400 to 600 milligrams of elemental magnesium daily. Check the label because magnesium glycinate supplements list the total weight of the compound, not the elemental magnesium. You need to do the math. Usually, a magnesium glycinate capsule that says 400 milligrams only contains about 80 milligrams of elemental magnesium. So you'll need to take multiple capsules to reach your target dose. Take magnesium in divided doses, morning and evening, to maximize absorption and minimize any laxative effect. That's it. That's the entire protocol. 2 vitamins, $20 a month. Everything else is optional at best and a waste of money at worst. Now let me address the obvious question. If these 2 vitamins are so effective, why isn't everyone taking them? Why are doctors prescribing expensive medications instead? Because there's no profit in recommending cheap vitamins. Pharmaceutical companies can't make money selling you vitamin B6 and magnesium. They make money selling you prescription medications that cost $300 a month, gabapentin, pregabalin, duloxetine. These medications don't heal your nerves. They just mask the symptoms. They numb the pain without fixing the underlying problem. You'll take them for years, spending thousands of dollars while your neuropathy continues to progress. Supplement companies are just as bad. They want you buying multiple products every month. If they admitted that 2 cheap vitamins work just as well as their expensive nerve formulas, they'd lose millions in revenue. So they create complicated protocols with 10 different supplements. They add proprietary blends and exotic ingredients. They charge premium prices and tell you it takes months to see results. All while you could be taking B6 and magnesium and seeing improvement in weeks. Let me also tell you what you can get from food. Vitamin B6 is found in chickpeas, salmon, chicken breast, potatoes, bananas, and fortified cereals. If you're eating a varied diet with plenty of these foods, you're getting maybe 2 milligrams of B6 daily. That's enough to prevent deficiency, but it's nowhere near the therapeutic dose of 50 to 100 milligrams needed to reverse neuropathy. You cannot get enough B6 from food alone to heal nerve damage. You need to supplement. A cup of chickpeas gives you 1.1 milligrams of B6. A salmon fillet gives you 1.6 milligrams. A chicken breast gives you 1.3 milligrams. A large baked potato gives you 0.7 of a milligram. Even if you ate all of these in one day, you'd get maybe 5 milligrams total. Still nowhere close to the therapeutic dose. Magnesium is in spinach, almonds, black beans, avocado, dark chocolate, and whole grains. A large serving of spinach gives you about 80 milligrams of magnesium. A handful of almonds gives you 75 milligrams. To reach 400 milligrams from food, you'd need to eat massive quantities. Most people get maybe 200 to 300 milligrams from their diet. That's not enough for therapeutic benefit in neuropathy. You need to supplement. Here's my recommendation. Start with food sources to get your baseline intake, then add supplements to reach therapeutic levels. Eat salmon or chicken twice a week for B6. Have a handful of almonds as a snack for magnesium. Include leafy greens and beans in your meals. This gives you a foundation of 2 to 3 milligrams of B6 and 200 milligrams of magnesium from food. Then supplement with 50 milligrams of B6 and 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate to reach your therapeutic target. You should start seeing results within 4 to 8 weeks. Not immediately. Not overnight. Nerve healing takes time. Myelin doesn't rebuild in a day. But within 2 months, most people notice improvement. The burning starts to decrease. Sensation begins returning to numb areas. Balance improves. Sleep gets better because you're not waking up with foot pain. By 3 months, the improvement is usually significant. By 6 months, many patients have complete resolution of their symptoms. Compare that to taking 15 different supplements and seeing no change after months of spending $200. Or taking prescription medications that mask symptoms without healing anything. B6 and magnesium actually address the root cause of neuropathy. They give your body what it needs to repair damaged nerves. This is real healing, not just symptom management. One more thing. You need to address the underlying cause of your neuropathy while taking these vitamins. If you have diabetes, you must control your blood sugar. High glucose levels damage nerves faster than B6, and magnesium can repair them. Get your A1C below 7. Keep your blood sugar stable. If you have vitamin deficiencies from poor diet or malabsorption, you need to fix that. Improve your diet. Treat any digestive issues preventing nutrient absorption. If you're drinking alcohol heavily, you need to stop because alcohol depletes B vitamins and magnesium. Alcohol also directly damages nerve cells. These 2 vitamins will help your nerves heal, but if you're still damaging them with uncontrolled diabetes or alcohol, you're fighting a losing battle. Think about what you can do with $180 a month. That's the difference between spending $200 on 15 supplements versus spending $20 on 2 effective vitamins. Over a year, that's $2,160 saved. That's a vacation. That's a new appliance. That's investment in your retirement. Money that was literally going down the drain on supplements that don't work. The supplement industry counts on you not knowing this information. They count on you being desperate for relief and willing to try anything. They know you'll buy their expensive nerve formulas because you're suffering and you want to believe they'll help. But I'm telling you the truth that nobody else will tell you. You don't need those expensive supplements. You need vitamin B6 and magnesium, that's it. Go to your pharmacy today. Buy a bottle of vitamin B6, 50 to 100 milligrams. Buy a bottle of magnesium glycinate, enough to give you 400 to 600 milligrams of elemental magnesium daily. Start taking them consistently. Give it 8 weeks. Track your symptoms. Write down how numb your feet are today. Rate your pain on a scale of 1 to 10. In 8 weeks, check again. I'm confident you'll see improvement that you never got from all those other supplements combined. And take all those other bottles, the alpha-lipoic acid, the acetyl L-carnitine, the benfotiamine, the expensive nerve formulas, put them in a bag and return them if you can. If you can't return them, throw them away. Stop wasting your money. Stop falling for marketing hype. Stick with what science actually proves works. Your nerves can heal, but they need the right nutrients, not 15 different supplements. Just 2 vitamins with strong clinical evidence. B6 to rebuild myelin, magnesium to conduct nerve signals properly. Everything else is just noise and wasted money. Start with these 2 vitamins, save $180 a month, and finally give your nerves what they actually need to heal. To get free health tips and daily diet plans just like these, join our WhatsApp community now. Scan the QR code on your screen or click the link in the description below. Stay healthy, stay happy.